Hi, I'm Sarah Blazing. I am the Outdoor Ministry and Youth Leadership Director here at St. Andrew Lutheran Church, and this past Sunday was All Saints. So for the devotion this week, I thought I would share a little bit about what I did with some of our kids in the chapel on Sunday. So Visio Divina is a spiritual practice it means sacred seeing. And so there's this way of meditating and praying using art. It's Lectio Divina is a more well-known spiritual practice, I think, and that's, meditating and praying using scripture and stories. But the church has this rich tradition of religious art, and at its best, it's a way of remembering the saints who have gone before and letting ourselves be inspired by the lives they led and the way that they served their communities. These are two little pieces of religious art that I made at a day camp that I led in one of my previous roles. They're usually in my office, but I brought them out here today. And one of the things I remember from that program when we were having kids make their own religious art and practice sacred seeing was that the artist chooses how many layers, how many times they pray while they're making their art. And so when you see it, you're inspired by it, but there's also things that you don't know about it. You don't know how many layers, how much prayer went into making these. I mean, I did because I'm the one that made these. But it's a little bit of a good reminder that even though we can see and be inspired by all the saints in our lives, past and present, there's also a layer to their spiritual life, their faith, that is hidden, that we will never know. How many layers, how much, moment by moment they lived in humility and in the presence of God. And so I just offer that to you as a little devotion today. And one of the things that I'm doing right now in my role that feels sort of hidden is making these thank you notes for all the camp counselors and staff that we had at camp last summer. And so I just invite you to think about what are those sort of hidden or private or special things that you can do as worship and as an act of just being in God's presence and sharing that with others this week.